Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, I was scrolling on YouTube when I clicked on the app this morning while I was preparing myself to head out, as I'm doing right now. And I just so happened to catch two things that just cracked me the hell up in my mind. I wasn't like literally walking through the house like laughing, but in my mind I was. I was like, man, if this ain't, some crazy shit, and laughing at, how people in the world remind you of how freaking crazy and messed up it is, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, how do I talk about, bring it to my channel just to kind of have a conversation on it without being the pot calling the kettle black. Sometimes it's hard to do because it just lies in the lap of being a gossiper. You just gossiping, right? I'm like, let me tell her shit. Let me tell this. Oh my God. And as they say, make sure you sweep around your own front door, right? So then I was sitting there thinking, okay, well, how do I, never mind. It's like, whatever. It is what it is, right? So the first situation that came across and down through and up around my damn timeline, which I clearly thought that I had gotten rid of it, but it's not gone anywhere. I'm like, where did it come from? Why did it come? Why is it here? Right? Seriously. Because, every time I see it, how everybody have a trigger? It just triggered me. Now I got to freaking gossip and laugh about this shit. And I don't be one to, but that's something I'm going to continue to pray on. But did I just see? Let me tell you the problem with catfish, first of all. But before I do, let me acknowledge something. Yesterday, I had the privilege of having a little bit of spare time in my day, and Rated R was on. Rated R hosted his show with a guest, Audrey, I forget her last name, Audrey. Everybody in the community pretty much knows Audrey. And they had a very deep, diabolical, opinionated show. They it was pretty freaking good. It drawed me in, Audra has her opinion and aspects on and perception on a lot of things regarding R. Kelly case, and so does Rated R. Rated R sticks with the network working the network. Rated R sticks on the subject of how the law broke the law, by which he kept asking Audria about, the law breaking the law. Tell me how. But Audria kept deflecting around it, and she has her pet peeve that Rated R perceives as her protecting or savaging, certain people and then protecting certain people. Audra sure don't have the likenings of a lot of people. For one reason, if she would have chosen to use the reason that I believe that it's the reason, then I'm like, I'm gonna roll with that. And that was Audria coming out of, nowhere and deciding to have conversations about R. Kelly in the community. However, it cost Audra repercussions from anal people. Anal people that decided that they wanted to go and dig and dive into her background and pull up her information pertaining to some situation that happened in her personal life that cost her a little bit of time out from the American way, which is freedom. Okay? So that's what I thought, she would be anal about certain people that did certain things to her. However, Rated R feels that after Audra, she kind of reminds me of me just a little bit, because she's a name dropper, or I'm not a dropper, not like a bad way, but when she tells her story, she applies the actual character by name to the story so that you can understand and follow whom and what the hell she is talking about. That's what I do. I don't have a problem. And it's reciprocal. I don't have a problem if you need to or whatever to make your story, a full blown out story without leaving out the character, and you don't know who the damn character is in every freaking book. They'll tell you he jumped over the damn bridge, and Carrie says, it was Bill, okay? Because I want to know who was he. But a lot of people refrain from doing so out here. They like to be, inclusive with their stories. Just tell the story, There's laws out here, yeah, but where's a law that says that I can't say a goddamn name? Where is that? Where is that? You just make the laws up as you go along. Anywho, the live was good. I'm not going to tell all of it, but if you want to check it out, head over to Rated R and give it a like button over there and listen to their agree to disagrees conversation. It was pretty long, but it was pretty good. And of course, yes, you will see one papoose over there typing in the chat when I was able to do so, and because I wanted to do so. Now, moving on. I know for the most part, a lot of people need a bunch of flashcards up on the screen so that you can follow what is going on and who it is about. But me, I don't have time right for it, So I'm just going to tell you my story about it. And another reason is because all of you guys out here are pretty much catching and watching, if you are on YouTube, the same crap that I am watching. So you're able to mentally follow it. There you have it. You like all the little screen things going up. I ain't got time because I'm working. I'm a working girl. I gotta work. So I was watching, or what came down my timeline was this picture of, again, the catfish. And now I know y'all saying, oh, leave it alone, leave her alone. And I'm going to tell y'all, like I've been telling y'all, I don't give a rat's ass about who has anything to say, whether if I want to come out and laugh my butt out on that damn catfish. It is what it is. She ran it for a long time. I'm going to stop it when I'm ready to stop it. Now, I couldn't help but to notice that there's, again, those insecurities about herself. When I tell y'all, and I get having underlining health conditions, because that would only signify to me a person wearing a mask, all year round and in the house, in their sleep, even to the damn doctor's visit, okay? Everybody out here has no problem, at least a lot of people, and I'm going to talk about Cardi B situation just for a hot second, and that's something that I normally don't do, but I just have an opinion about it. I just have something to say about it because it's on my mind. But now this catfish is up in the doctor's office, right? She's got to continue to show everybody something about her, trying to lose the weight. Now, I don't know if she's, waiting till 60 years old to attain this curvy little situation of a body that she's trying to regroup back up. But, I mean, honestly, looking in the past and those pictures that everybody had up, like Trent over there with that blue jean skirt on, you kind of never really was a curvy girl. So shrinking the meat is okay, but you ain't shrinking them goddamn bones. Not only that, it's like, oh my God, I'm back out here and I got to advertise and, and do this and do that. I think that it wouldn't be a problem. Put a face with your goddamn whole body. She keeps that damn face away from the goddamn camera. And then comes out to tell her microphone, her audience of whomever they are, about the waist down, situation going on, right? But and I'm like, okay, are you back out here on the market? Are you trying to be back out on the market? It's funny how people want you to pay attention to the attention that a person is trying to grab when they're trying to do a transformation to themselves at the middle or the end of the process. What's the whole damn process? So, then I got, what in the hell is some openings in the face? What is that? It sounds like cradle crap or some shit. Like they ain't fixed that. Like you're almost 60 and they ain't fixed the holes, the openings in the face. What exactly is this health condition of, disease going on? What the hell's going on? This came from the person who bragged about, my hair is all the way, and it touches the ceiling. Nobody ever seen the hair combed down, nicely put, or whatever to put to the face and the face put to the body. You just gonna get a piece of some shit every freaking time. Now, moving along, she did a content regarding Scooby-Doo's paperwork pertaining to him filing a lawsuit to try to claim the amount of $250,000, not just from one person, but from, let me say this, it was from one person, one entity, but it grouped in several people that caused the breakdown, the bust down, the get in my feelings, Scooby-Doo. So he files. In the paperwork, let me see, they use preclude, what was the word? Reasoning and arguable, I believe, is why they denied this claim, his lawsuit, saying no, for whatever valid reasons that the judge says that he didn't have. Now, this is what behooves me. This is what behooves me. The judge is the law. The prosecutors are the law. The defense attorney is the law. That's what they do. They're professional. Now, I can't be sure if he even had an attorney representing him. Don't know, didn't say. Right? But I'm saying to myself, how could someone or anybody who indulges in the same freaking activity of what they're claiming that someone has done to them file for damages? I've scratched my head on that yesterday because I've been trying to really think about that. I mean, I deal with it kind of, sort of up in here, right? It may be a real, thesis of an argument, like outright. I mean, two people. But the other person may have caused it or engaged into it and also did threats or, said your mama back or whatever. So it's like, how do you reconcile this? Both people have engaged and had the same, however it started out, both people engaged, meaning that I got my lick and you got your lick back. Hey, Claudine, sweetie boo, you got your lick back. Now everybody's satisfied. A lick for a lick. Hi, fat boy, how you doing? Hi, Frankie, good morning, sweetheart. Yeah, it was a good live, honey. Good live. So you would think after you got your lick and I got my lick, everything is done. Okay? But no, we have to consider who's most vulnerable to stay in their feelings and to keep carrying this on. Meaning, well, let me go and tell the supervisor what X did to me. But X is not going to tell everything that it did to them. They don't do that. They'll leave their part out for now until you have to literally write up your whole report and share it to the table of the people to make the decision on who did what and how it started and who started it and who won. That's kind of usually what it boils down to, right? To me, it seems like that's kind of what the paperwork was in search for. They did it to me. They did it to me. They did it to me. Now, the reasoning for it. What would have been the reasoning for this to start? As I'm listening to briefly this paperwork being a denial of awarding a $250,000 from the government, I didn't interpret that as a lawsuit for mental damages or anguish, whatever, right? From the people that caused the situation, allegedly, that was accused of causing that situation. That's not what I got out of it. I got out of it is that you all, the government, allowed or knew that a person who was out on immunity is fucking with me. I tried to look and kind of, for about 15 minutes to see, well, is that feasible? Is the government responsible for something like that. Just because allegedly he surfaced as a person with being granted immunity pertaining to the things that he has done, to entrap or pour the hot sauce on the R. Kelly's case. Everybody knows Drunken Larry may have done so. He said it himself. He's got all these channels and blah, 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 right? He did that. However, after that, and you have Drunken Larry now going back and forth with pretty much everybody that was on here gloved up and ready to go. That so happened to have been Scooby-Doo at some point in time and others. Now they're going and they're going. Things are getting posted and posted and posted and posted and looked up and pulled up and back and forth. Is that the government's fault that Drunken Larry decided to do some bull crap on his own? How can a person prove, I tried to look it up, that the government either made him do it, knew he'd do it, couldn't do it, shouldn't do it? How does that freaking work? And I kept saying, well, that's some weird ass shit. But I'm on a goal to try to get $250,000 off of the government from holding them responsible for the action of any, many, miny, and mo out here. I'm thinking that, okay, he's going to do this lawsuit, and you're going to actually see any, many, miny, and mo up in the courtroom arguing their situations, Scooby-Doo proving his case to the government, and then the government awarding, if it was in his favor to win, the amount of damages by lawfully that you can claim from an individual hurting you. I was like, what in the, you suing, you want the government to pay $250,000 from each person that got him in his feelings over the YouTube stuff. That's just one way that I choose to cheesily put it. But not sue those people individually and bring them in and have a trial, a jury trial to find the truth in this story. Had it went that away and there was a jury of 12 people, you have the defense now, bringing up in all of their evidence. This is what happened. This is what was said. This is what he did. Now you got the claimant. Well, this is what they did. This is what I have. This is what's going to happen. Blah, blah, blah. It was most likely, if they was going to throw that shit out, had it been a jury goddamn trial. But he took the easy way out by allowing a judge to review, examine, and execute a decision, which was denied. I'm thinking like the judge. How in the hell do you want us to award you $250,000 because some people, a few of them, hurt your feelings or got you mad? But I'm sitting here with also paperwork where you also partake in the back and forth with a lot of worded instruments that could have also hurt or mentally damaged the other person. But sometimes I think when people think that it's the first one to the course, that they think that they're going to win. That's what I think. And I think that they just like and refuse. And of course, you never put damaging wording in your story that can damage you. You always want to put everything in your story that is going to look execution style on your opponent. But by golly, you can only do that when you deselect of having a freaking juror because you're trying to convince the judge with the one-sided freaking story. But I guess anywho's, that pretty much happened. And I was like, oh, well. Then I started singing ghetto, Santa Claus coming straight to the ghetto. Because, that's where you gonna have to keep getting it out the mud to get that $250,000. Yep, I know it's a lot of hard work, and we all want it easy, and we want to shake the tree and it lands in our lap. But the hustle must go on. Oh, shoot. Now, I forget that girl name, V or something like that, was bringing it to, Catfish attention that, hey, hold on, wait a minute, this was a stupid lawsuit, and, you need to tell him and blah, 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 but Catfish wasn't trying to have that. Every now and then you got to savage whatever little friend, YouTube friendship that you have out here, because you don't want to be lonely. You still want to be able to have somebody, to come to your chat and hop on the panel and have these discussions with, especially if you have fallen out with everybody out here and nobody wants to mess with you. Don't have to keep one, right? These lonely ass people, lonely as fuck. And then the other person is in the same situation as you are in. It would only make sense for the twins to battle up together. This shit just only makes sense. It's them against the world, or the world against them. I'll be sitting up there cracking up like, Lord, this shit here is crazy. But these are lonely people. They're lonely. Lonely. Anywho, moving on, because I had to touch on this, because after seeing, scrolling through it come down, I wasn't on it but maybe 20 seconds, because I had to get my laugh in. And there's a catfish with her half-part body ass up on the screen taking the pictures and shit with her COVID-19 mask on, right? And the crazy thing is well, maybe the only people that should probably go around is the doctor. I don't know. Most of the time, I mean, it is what it is. But all of us still should practice, social distance at some point in time. But usually when you're around, kind of the same people, you're in your comfort zone, nobody new, nobody different. Yeah, I don't need a man. You just try to trust it. It's going to be okay, right? Hopefully, and we pray that crap don't come back to have a bad effect on a lot of people's lives like it did, because it came through like a California wildfire, killing people. So I, respectfully, okay, wear the damn mask. I guess maybe she ain't trying to give the doctor something. I don't know. That could be. But now this Cardi B girl, right? And I watched this. Respectfully, she has her story. She has a story about her body, and my body was this, and it didn't do this, and it didn't attract this, and she wasn't happy with it, right? And finally, she's reached to the point now where she has, I guess, in her world, her perfect BBL. Now, they've been blasting those pictures up around here, especially with this last new boyfriend, Stefan, what was his name? Tefon or something like that, right? Don't follow him. Diggs, I don't know who the fuck they are. I am not that deep into the lifestyle, rich and famous world at all. None. It doesn't trigger me, doesn't excite me, doesn't turn me on, and I don't give a fuck about it. Period. So, I'm watching this, right? And I'm saying to myself, well, damn, I didn't realize, I must have missed the part that she was even in another relationship. My first question is, when you do your breakup with your significant other or the man that you done had your children and stuff with, and you see them off with multiple women or another woman or whatever and having different children, it's like, does it make you feel like that you should do that to have a get back? I don't know. I was thinking about that. When I look at Cardi B, I'm looking like, wait a minute though, after the breakup with her husband, right? You got something right now. The way that I think as a woman and how things should be dealt with, especially when you have your tribe, raise them first. Because she was young, so you're going to have plenty of time to get back in the jungle to do your mongling business. Yeah, you do. But it's like, raise them up first. Don't bring, the stepdads and the ins and outs running in and out and got to get babysitters and shit like that to try to go on a different date where somebody else got to learn you. Or you learn them. So I'm seeing and I'm watching this and I was like, oh my God, she's in another blown out relationship, and she ain't the only one. I just so happen to just see hers and wanted to just kind of mention it, right? So I'm like, oh, so now the guy, I don't know how long she was in a relationship with this guy or anything. It ain't been too damn long. It ain't been no years. Because she was just with the damn Offset. Offset in the riding dick. Offset over here riding dick. Offset. Now what I was hearing, when I was following them. So I'm like, well, okay. She got BBL. You mean to tell me, and I get it, sexing is part of the relationship. I get that shit, right? But you got to know who you about to sex. Or you don't care who you're about to sex because you're only into it for your satisfactory needs. I got to get off too. I want some too. I ain't really into the dude, but fuck it. I'm going, to me, and I'm learning since I've been out here, that's that whole Holly weird ass shit. Gotta have that sex part, right? So, they broke up already. Now, that's not even the juicy part of the story for me, but it's the beginning of it. And I'm saying, well, oh, okay, they broke up. Okay, it's done deal. What does the guy do? The guy comes out because YouTube is the gossip world, so is Instagram, and so is Twitter. Gossip, we got the gossip and tell everybody, right? This was a relationship. And I am a little bit disappointed of Cardi B. A little bit, not much. It's just a little pinch of it, right? This guy comes out, tells the world her BBL stinks. Something that him and her could have discussed privately.
Why is that?
And possibly fix the situation and maybe even stand together. When a guy comes out to do something like that on you, this guy never even gave two fucks about a Cardi B. None. Zero. Where am I disappointed at with Cardi B? Because we all saw Cardi B in action, right? She wasted no time suing Tasha K. Your man is this. Your man is that. Your man did this. You allegedly got, the hurt. You allegedly is this or this or that. Tasha K got hit with a lawsuit. So, It's been over a week now since I've been hearing about this. What is his name? Stefan guy or whatever, Diggs or whoever the fuck he is, right? Cardi B comes out to explain her life story about why she has gotten all of these changes done to her body surgically, right? But not once did she says the same way that she said it to Tasha K. That's a lie. You're lying. Stop lying. Stop speaking on my name. Tasha K get hit with a lawsuit. She doesn't hit this guy with the lawsuit at all. At least one that I'm not aware of. Where is his lawsuit for putting this information out? And is it a lie? Because she's saying that, that's not absolutely true. She did have a little malfunctioning going on in her BBL, from getting started with one back a while ago, and the lady who did it ended up, getting arrested and all that shit, and Cardi B got awfully sick with a lot of pain and swelling and crazy shit going on, right? So, where's his at? Now, here's where I'm disappointed also with Cardi B. Cardi B does a rant, and her rant was solely angled towards the people who were making these absurd notations and things and comments and speaking out vocally on their channels and everything. Her angle was to shoot all of them down. It's always the broke people. It's always the ugly people. It's them bees over there and this, and it's always those type of people. And that is incorrect, though. All of what's going on came from behind the guy who she chose to sleep with. He dropped that information out here, and that should have been her only target. Him. What everybody else was saying behind that, as they do, rightfully so, to have their opinion, but the opinion is ricocheting off of the main source. But she skipped him. She's talking about you black or broke or white broke or whatever you are, broke bees always got something to say. They can't say nothing if the source didn't say nothing. So that's where her fight of words should have been and should have stayed directly on him, not nobody else. She shouldn't have gave two hoots about what nobody else is saying. And that's how we live out here. We'll skip our target. We'll skip our target and shoot down the innocent bystanders. That's how they work. It's crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Now, not only that, this guy had a breakup with a female prior to visiting Cardi B in the bed. I can't see him playing daddy. He didn't look like he was ready for, the 3 daddy lanes. He really did. But that's me stereotyping, and being a daddy shouldn't have a look to it, right? You just a dad or a father. It is what it is. So, he breaks up with Cardi B over a BBL situation. That means he was never into her like that. It was something within himself that he had to prove that he had by having the opportunity to possibly sleep with her, and now the world knows about it. It's his ego. He wants to see if he can pull that. He did it successfully. Cardi B vulnerable. My husband is around here fucking, so I'm gonna fuck it too. It's crazy how we think. Crazy how we do. But The girl who he broke up with, she took him back. Now let's talk about her, whom I don't know who the fuck it is. Keep that perfectly clear and on the table. Have no clue. Don't look it up. Don't give a fuck. I just want to talk about it. She took him back. Now, mentally, you already know it's got to fuck with you because his penis done already been in the Cardi B. But he's also, I guess, what is this, a football player or something like that? Right? Football player equals ching ching dollar signs. The games that these, like, what in the hell is going on? She took him back with openly arms. Now, I'm going to tell you where both of these people in this relationship over here is crazy than the mug. These some crazy, don't give a hoot. They don't give a fuck about life. It is what it is. They just taking it for goddamn granted. So you got the girlfriend, because we have a brain. We all have a brain. It's just that our brain is so enclosed that you across the street don't know what the fuck I'm thinking and how I'm finna move because you can't see it and you don't know it unless I tell you. Yeah, of course she's gonna take them back. Maybe they have kids together. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But why would someone like her, whoever she is, give up somebody like him who she knows that nice checks are going to come in? She's going to play that whole goddamn mental or fake ass love drill zone with this damn man. Because it's for the money. Oh, you fucked up. You did by leaving me and going over there with Cardi B. But I'm going to take you back. Oh, but it's going to be some stipulations that you ain't going to never fucking imagine. Now, the question is, will Stefan realizes that? Or is this all or that he can do in a female? Is go back to the ex. Shit's crazy, man. Because she sure ain't finna give a fuck. But now you've given her a little bit of leverage if she's dirty or petty like that to try to throw some stuff up in Cardi B face, which I'm pretty sure she might have already did because I think I might have heard her saying that she welcomed them back with open arms and immediately took a picture and everything and posted it. However, I have not searched for that. And I was like, really? So this is ping pong to these people? This is what they do. And we out here scared to death of a COVID virus? Going out on what these people need to be scared of is the goddamn HIV virus, the chlamydia virus, the gonorrhea virus, the herpes virus. Some shit that you definitely can't get rid of also. But these people don't even give a fuck. They just do what they do. So she welcomes him back. I guess they happy, holy matrimony, you know, in La La world. And he's going to leave her again because this is something that was allowed from her. Her self-esteem is zero. Her, just zero. No, you should have left him right on that curb where he was, or back to his mansion or whatever by his other self. Don't take one for the fucking team to be looking stupid. You should have been, that girl should have just stayed on by herself. You could have been gotten you a regular Jimmy Bob. A Jimmy Bob than to have someone that the world knows that is sticking penis in every freaking hole out here. But you wanted him. I want him back. He wasn't never yours, sweetheart, if he left. He's everybody's. But this is what they want, and they don't even care. It is some weird ass shit. I don't know how many of you all are glad that you don't have those children that grew up to go be part of that world, because I have to raise my hand back over here. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Because it is just not worth the dollar amount or nothing to be overly sexualized, overly fucking stupid for money. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it doing all of these goddamn changes to their bodies to become something that you were already made of. This is how I know, and this is how I'm able to recognize who loves God, who believes in God, and who trusts God. This is how I know. This is how I'm able to figure it all out amongst people, humanity. Nope, you don't. You don't trust him. You don't love him. I be doing that because he made you. Now, it's okay to try to perfect yourself a little bit more. It's okay. But when you get to going to the whole damn extreme and then you telling the world out here that the men, they wasn't looking at me. Who wasn't looking at? I didn't have the curves. I wasn't that attractive. When I know for sure that it's somebody for everybody to love you just the way you are. And those that don't, you have to have them kick fucking rocks the fuck on. Because there is somebody for everybody. The big, the fat, the ugly, everybody. But you want to perfect yourself to try to see if you can get the best. There is no best. Because that best that you tried to get was also dirty. Penis in every damn body. But you wanted the best, so you got the best. It is what it is. I don't know. I wish, one of my prayers, but not on some people, a lot of people that I'm seeing, right? I wish they wake up and the whole, I don't know, the penis they got some thing in it, you know, just magically, just trap it on the inside and it's locked up. You can't never use it. And for the women, I wish it was something that sew it up. They can't never use it. It's stupid, right? Well, I crack myself up. But y'all go check out Rated R, Audrey over there. You know, I believe that they still good people towards each other. They just had a semi-heated, you know, agree to disagree, but it was actually good. It was a lot of points that was made on his show yesterday, and I appreciated being there. And, you know, like I say, I always got something to say. I do. Now, I got to put my goddamn Invisalign in my damn teeth because it's been an hour and I'm only supposed to be out of them no more than 2 hours a day. So I got to save my other hours so when I have my lunch. I love y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Hit the like button. Share the freaking channel. One day I'm going to get up to the part where I got to start putting the flashes up on the screen for y'all because I know that holds a lot of people interest in everything. Oh, and one more thing. Happy Mother's Day is coming up. I'm not sure if I'll be on. I usually volunteer to work, you know, because my ladies, my girls, they, you know, they do their own thing with their family and stuff. And I'm not mad about that or whatever. And I think my mom is out of town. So you say your grandmother used to say for every jack. You got that right, Sheila. You got that right. Claudine, it was great seeing you, sweetheart. It was great seeing you. I'm glad to know that you're still out here popping in here and there. Thanks, Fat Boy, for rolling by. And Frankie, Johnny, my girl, Sheila. I don't know who else came in. Okay. Yeah, Frankie, man. Frankie Boo. I love y'all guys, but I gotta go. It's gotta get my day started. I'm already behind about 10 minutes, but it's all good. Hey, make sure y'all stay tuned. Girl, I'm finna start I gotta talk about this stuff. And you know what? It feels so good once you let it out. Whew. Now I'm all over it. See y'all later. Bye.